The film opens with Abir Akram sitting at home in Islamabad on a video call with Judy Heumann during the Global Disability Summit in 2022.
Judy, thank you so much for your time, and this was really amazing to learn from your experiences. Just one point, if you want to share a message to the emerging young persons with disabilities, especially girls with disability.
Judy Heumann on the video call from her home addressing the audience at the summit.
What is really important is turn to your left, turn to your right, in front of you, behind you, the people who are not here today, and really look at what is happening to them. How are you helping to empower them? How is your organization or other organizations allowing disabled girls and women and boys and men to feel like their voice matters?
A montage of young people with disabilities learning, collaborating, researching, working, exercising, and advocating. A wide road in Islamabad with a park on one side and buildings on the other. Then Abir driving with her assistant Amar in the passenger seat.
I'm so bad with the directions. Every time I have to depend on Amar. He's deaf. We created our own sign language. And that sign language is just like in a second I have to sign something because I have a hand control car.
Abir driving through Islamabad, arriving at an office and going inside using her wheelchair. She talks in voiceover.
From the grassroots level to the regional level, young people with disabilities all over the world, with all their diversities, they have so unique experiences. We cannot talk on the behalf of African region or any other country when we talk about their perspective in Pakistan or South Asia or the regional perspective. And that engagement, the unique experiences we need.
Abir on a Zoom call with Equal World Global Youth Champion Tapiwa Mutsakira.
Hi Tapiwa, it's so good to finally meet you. Is it a good time for you to start?
It's still fine, it's a good time.
Okay, perfect. I have heard a lot about you. Your success as an athlete and work you have been doing for the young people in Harare, all amazing things. It would be really great if you could tell me a bit more about yourself because I just want to know and many people around the globe want to know about you.
Okay, my name is Tapia Nashe Prince Mutsikira. I have intellectual disability and I'm an athlete for Special Olympics Zimbabwe.
Tapiwa training in the streets of Harare and his voiceover and interview.
I'm a long distance runner. You have to train every day. I rest only Sunday because you go to church. My motivation to say I can do it was most of the times, as persons with a disability, we face some obstacles thing. Most of the people, they always say, what are you doing? No man, you don't give food on the table. But for me, I'm trying my best to work very hard because I want to achieve my goal.
Tapiwa's mum cooks breakfast in the kitchen whilst he trains in the yard outside. They sit down to eat as his mum talks to camera.
Zvanoita Tapiwa vazhinji havazvizive. Pamwe pachona handitozivi kuti zvii zvaari kufunga nezvaari kuronga. E.g. pamaida kuenda kuKenya, iye aizviziva kuti ari kuenda kuKenya, but inini kana kuti isusu akazotiudza pane zvandandamuti aite, akati ndichazoita ndabva kuKenya. Tikati kuKenya urikurawa kuti kudikwe zvikanzi yezveshuwa next week.
Shots of Tapiwa and fellow global youth champion Lydia Razasi at the UN Civil Society event in Nairobi.
Now I'm in Kenya, Nairobi, UN. I was involved to being here, to advocating for persons with a disability.
We have to remove ourselves in the charity mode. We have to do our own things. We have to depend on ourselves. Each and every time we go to plans, I need your help. For what? Doing something. It's our ability.
Back to Tapiwa's suburban community and his neighbour's house where he does physiotherapy with his neighbour Edwin, who we hear from.
Akandidzidzisawo something samudhara wake. I used to be very cross. Tapiwa reduced me kuti ndiwe chaiye chaiye. Tapiwa kana ukamutuka anongosekerera. Ndakamutinini Tapiwa, anything chaunoda ndinokuitira.
An interview with Edwin's wife while Tapiwa continues physiotherapy with Edwin.
It's about 2 years now. Saka ndopaakavaona akati, sekuru, ini ndoda kuti ndikubatsirei. Ndinotraina vana muzvikoro kupi willingly. Saka ndopaakauya akati, sekuru, imimi handiendi nemi kucommunity halls. Ndo zvandinomboita vamwe vandinounganidza ikoko kuti titi zvatinoita. Ndichaita nemi mumba menyu kusvikira mapora maakufamba. Vanokuvenga vanokutarisira pasi vachi akaremara akazodii. Ivo vachatosara ndivo vatova zvirema pamweya yavo neunhu hwavo. Ini ndinoona mayuthi anofanirwa kudzidza kuna Tapiwa as a community, vane rombo rakanaka rekuva naye, nokuti zvinonzikana dai muprofita wemudunhu aripo, mubatisisei nguva iyoyo muchiteerera zvaanotaura. Munozomufunga aenda nevamwe kure achinonzi ari kuita mawonders, hakuna matira vanhu vachipora, ari kuita sei.
Some of the teachers at my former school always say you don't deserve running, with your disability. So my coach always saying, keep going, don't listen to them, you can be somebody.
Tapiwa training with students at his former school and an interview with his former coach.
Tapiwa finished his progress in this school. Then we again called him back to come and join our coaching staff. We are supporting Tapiwa, whatever program he comes with, and he's trying to integrate these kids, motivating them, giving them support so that they can prosper somewhere.
Tapiwa takes a minibus to the National Stadium and is interviewed by Site Service campaign lead Isaac Swale.
Sometimes I feel a lot. Sometimes you have to feel big, but don't allow failure to define you. Because if you are failing, you are doing something in your life. Yeah. That's the thing. So if you are failing, you are going somewhere. Sometimes you learn from your mistakes and you learn experience from other people.
Tapiwa running in the National Stadium and an interview with his Special Olympics coach.
I've coached Tapiwa for about 7 years now, since 2017, when we were preparing for our World Summer Games in Abu Dhabi. I've seen him grow from an athlete to being a leader, and now he can mentor his fellow athletes in whatever they're doing. And whenever Tapiwa speaks, they listen and they want to know more about being a leader, how you can become a leader, how you present yourself when you are a leader. He has grown to another stage that he molds himself wherever he is. He knows what he is doing. He's now focused.
Harari's from above, and then Tapiwa and Isaacs talk in the back of a moving vehicle.
How do you feel now, being a global youth champion and speaking to politicians, influencers, duty bearers, and decision makers from around the world? How's that going?
It is good. They have to include us in everything they are doing. Nothing for us without us. Just giving us a chance to prove the world or to prove to people that we can do it.
What are the biggest challenges you have seen in mainstreaming disability inclusion?
For me, let me just start with the schools, mainstream schools. They are not giving persons with a disability the opportunity. If you're in special class, they say you have to stay in special class. Just focus with your special class. They are not giving them the opportunity. I started teaching persons with a disability. That time I was 16 years. I started to helping through sports. Like right now, if you go to the community halls, we are doing agriculture. Mm-hmm. We are teaching life skills. Because as persons with a disability, we have to remove ourselves into children mode. We have to work. Mm-hmm. We don't have to depend on somebody, but we have to depend on ourselves to say we can do it. 5 years to come, we shall be father. I say we have to start something as persons with disability, starting to doing agriculture. If you are good to sports, we can teach you in sports. If you're good in whatever the things you want, we're always helping you. So I started when I was 16 years.
Okay.
Tapiwa's neighbourhood in Harare and then Abby's neighbourhood in Islamabad, and back to their video call.
That's so amazing to hear from you, and thank you so much.
And definitely we want to see the world with equal opportunities for everyone, with the equal space for the voices of young people with disability.
It's been amazing to talk to you. We will continue this discussion as we advocate together.
Thank you so much. I'll talk to you on WhatsApp. I'll text you a message. Maybe we can have some more conversation.
Don't hesitate. Please call me anytime you need.
The camera moves over rooftops and then to a cafe where Abia meets teenage social activist Takwa Ahmed.
Young people have so much potential to contribute. If we don't engage them, we cannot see the required change.
Takwa, we always speak, but we never get chance to talk to each other. Tell me a bit more about yourself.
Okay, I am from Gujranwala, Pakistan, which is also known as the city of foods, where people start from food and ends on food. And also I have one brother.
In your very young age, and how you felt about your education, was it difficult to get the education?
When I started my educational journey, it was very difficult due to strange looks and discouraging behavior of the people. At the class 5th, I studied in a local school in Gujranwala. But when the principal changed, they said we can't afford her anymore, so take her home.
So was it difficult when they said take her home?
Yeah, it was very difficult and it was very discouraging.
Yeah.
Because they didn't support me. They said we can't destroy our beautiful building due to a one single lift or a ramp.
So what was the first thing came in your mind? You have to fight for it?
When they kicked me out of the school, I was like, now I'm gonna do best and show them that without their help I can do more. So from that day onward now, I'm doing homeschooling and now I'm doing my first year, which is also known as FA from Allama Iqbal Open University, with the help of my parents and also people like that.
I live in Islamabad. Still, I face so many challenges in my life. But living in Gujranwala and also having very limited support from the organizations, how you started your passion and your work?
Actually, when I was young, the society's behavior, the relatives' behavior pushed me into this field, and I have started my work at the age of 6 with the help of my parents and their motivation. They are my mentors, my motivation, and such as people like you, Abel. You guys have turned me like what I am now. So because of your motivation, your support, my family's support, I'm what you can see me now.
And what kind of change you want to see in the communities and how you can bring this change?
We have to work as a team, as a group, as a leadership, so we can overcome these all stigmas and challenges. Especially this can be started from here. So it's in our own self that how we have to face the challenge. Are we gonna give up? Or we have to stand. I think we have to change our mindset and we have to tell people that if we can do, so can you. We can do anything. There is no such discrimination in ourselves. There is no sympathies for ourselves. There is only empathies and more opportunities for us that we can do more better things. Like I can do karate. I'm doing karate. I'm gold medalist in karate. And I am also the UNICEF's first ever youth advocate. So, in my opinion, I think we need to make this thing globally and to tell the world that we can do this. Please give us some support.
Takwa doing karate in a cafe, Islamabad from above, and then Abia and Takwa in a park.
If you can enjoy the life without this advocacy work like other girls, is it the way we are visioning our life, or you want to continue with the campaign work?
I think this is now part of my life, advocacy and all. And I think everyone in this world have a motive to come in this world. And my motive is to motivate people about the person with disability and advocate that they are not a curse or not a burden. They are an honorable person of the society.
Yes.
If I don't do these works, I don't feel alive.
From above, the camera pans down a road in Islamabad. Then Abia makes a phone call in a cafe.
I'm going to talk to one of our fellow activists about his work and the preparation for the Summit for the Future. Hi Basio, this is Abia. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
It's so good to hear from you.
Same here.
How are things going in Freetown?
Streets in Freetown, Sierra Leone with mountains in the background, then Bashiru on the African Young Voices TV network programme This Day.
For those who are watching and listening for the first time, I am the Executive Director of Youth and Children in Support of Sustainable Development Goals. But also in addition, I am now the Equal Youth Campaigner for Sight Savers International. One of the things we've done, we advocated for the government and partners to put the SDGs into Braille. The importance of this is that when we have access to such materials, then we'll be able to make informed decisions. Then we'll be able to engage governments, we'll be able to engage partners, community leaders, to see how best those things that are in the SDGs will be implemented, especially the pledge to leave no one behind.
Morning assembly in the grounds of Bashiru's former secondary school where he addresses the students.
It's always a pleasure to be at the Great Prince of Wales. My name is Basiru Ba. Of course, I was here like you, and today I want to briefly talk about the Sustainable Development Goals. It is important that you have knowledge on the SDGs because it is what we need today for our present and even for our future.
A student with visual impairment reads the simplified Braille version of the SDGs. Then Bashiru and colleagues get in a vehicle. Driving through the streets of Freetown and then Bashiru advocating at his former school for the blind.
Young people have a voice. Young people have a voice, yes. Sign of this alone. The world will be hosting Summit for the Future in September at the United Nations. So I will be representing your views at that platform. But in addition to that as well, today we have copies of the SDGs in Braille. So we hope that you will read this book and be able to understand what's there and see how best, as young persons with disability, you'll be able to make contribution in Sierra Leone.
Bashiru and team advocating at the National School for the Deaf.
Yes, good morning. I guess this is Madam Marvel. Hello.
When they go to the secondary schools, there is no sign language teacher there to sign for the kids. So they're having too much of problem.
I want to commit myself that will ensure that we heavily and seriously flag the issue of hearing impaired persons in Sierra Leone. There are constraints, and what's more, government partners could do to improve their status and condition in Sierra Leone.
Freetown cityscape, then Bashiru standing outside his university dorms in the rain with his friend Andrew.
But I go place the rain court, you know, because normally like we get one lecturer if he talk and plain. He say, send the rain come, class is cancelled.
Bashiru's voiceover as he walks through the building to his dorm room.
I always like to listen to news. You know, that is one thing that has kept me going all this time. Hearing some of those pertinent human interest stories, the people feel the suffering of people. I said, well, even though myself, I'm not coming from a rich family. In fact, I also come from a relatively poor family. That doesn't mean that I should not be able to assist in my own way. So I just want to begin prepare one thing, waiting to get for work. You know, say, no, also the last things have go. As I was telling you, they say when class are reach, lights go. You know, and you know, say we. Then they tell we say na go to for work. And say we for begin dress one thing like say we na lawyer there. The law they really help me a lot in my advocacy work because advocacy you have to know the laws. You see, and if you know the law sometimes. The advocacy work not going to be too effective. Also, as I be on it, and also tell me about this guy. Laws have said that we should have a free education. In fact, if you look at the United Nations Convention on Persons with Disability, clearly stated that all persons with disability across the world should have access to free education at all levels.
Bashiru goes down the corridor to see his friends in another dorm, and we hear his voice in voiceover.
I like when people make me laugh. I have friends on campus here at Fabre College. Of course, when I'm with them, we talk about different things. We talk about our friends, including our male and female friends. We also talk about national politics in Sierra Leone. We talk about international politics. And sometimes we also share our different experience.
Bashiru talking to his friends in the dorm room.
So what we don't do recently, as part of this free engagement, this film where they gone, we begin the ENPR school. All those guys, we say they go through, una go really feel for them. This year we all a lot of students here, I suppose. Yeah? And if we all study law, now for law we promote and bridge that gap, we say injustice, we go for push highly that people when we are here impaired for able get access to sign language interpreters. People in a school, secondary school and college.
An interview with Bashiru and shots of him walking to class with the assistance of a friend.
Disability is a cross-cutting issue. There are people with disability who need health care. There are people with disability who need better jobs. There are people with disability who be walking on the road, like me. The road should be accessible, it should be friendly. If that person who has a wheelchair, that wheelchair should be able to move to any public building to access any service. If that person is using crutch, that place should have ramp. We should make it easier for the person to climb and get access to that building. Just don't limit use of disabilities to one ministry. It is important that we mainstream the pledge, meaning the pledge should leave no one behind.
Bashiru in his law lecture, then a Freetown cityscape, and back to Islamabad, and Abby are on the call with Bashiru.
Thank you so much, Bashiru. It's so good to talk to you.
It has been amazing, and I look forward to meet you in New York at the Summit of the Future.
Thank you. I think it's very important to pack and go for New York because now we have huge responsibility.